have two questions for Ashwini.
Yes, sir.
One is that how does spirituality enter into this whole framework of your lifestyle and of your thinking? And the second question is very simple. You have a picture of the Don, Marlon Brando, I can see. And I was curious as to why, how does Don enter into Ashwini's mind?
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, I was just starting up in business, early 20s, and I read the Godfather book and I saw the Godfather movie and I saw the movie again and again, some 15 times. I read the book 3, 4 times. I related with the good, bad man uh, that the Godfather was. He wouldn't do drugs for a business, but gambling was not a dirty business. So, by chance, I was in the lottery business, though they were not hardcore gambling kinds, but I was in the lottery business, and a lot of not the literally it's having blood on the street kind of a lifestyle, but the philosophy with which this man could be ruthless and yet be principled in his business of life is what I picked up from this movie. So that's how the dawn behind me. Spirituality, yes, if you're on a spiritual path, you understand that you're not going to live forever. So if you're not going to live forever, might as well live happily, blissfully, live right, and uh, and then ego will have no place in your life. You wouldn't overly accumulate because you know that you're not going to be able to transfer money with you. So lots of these spiritual dimensions, looking after your mind, body, and the energies that flow within your system becomes very important to you. And I do practice all these things. I do my daily yoga, my meditation, my chanting, my sadhana, some 3, 4 hours a day. I play golf. I do romantic tango dancing. So I think I'm a mix of spirituality and ethical ruthlessness, if you may, kind of both.
Thank you, Ashwini. One question right now, Delhi environment, you go out of your home and we California is just about the same. It's beautiful. And aren't you wondering what will happen once things open up? And is there anything an average citizen in Delhi or even here in US, what can we do? One of the things, of course, you already mentioned, rather than growing grass, a lot of people are talking about growing vegetables in their backyard. And but what is your vision or what is your suggestion? How can we keep Delhi one of the most beautiful cities like it used to be? And is there any hope?
Honestly, I've now started saying that I'm a child of the universe. So while Delhi is home to me, it has its own problems. I've started calling us Indians as a sea of irresponsible humanity. When I use the word sea, I'm talking of overpopulation. By the way, all my children know, uh, as and when any one of them decides to have their own children, they'll be very, very embarrassed to face me because I keep telling them, listen, this world is overpopulated. The world's resources do not match with the demand upon them. 7.2 billion people already. This world could only handle, according to me, half the world's population that exists today, and the numbers are growing. So imagine, I have no desire to be a grandpa at all. My daughter got married. I told her, darling, try not to have a child of your own. Too many people on the planet, and that's my message to everybody in Delhi, in India. Our numbers are growing exponentially. When numbers grow, uh, irresponsible lifestyles do come in. You know, there's a million fires that happen at a certain time in and around Delhi. Even Now, 2 months ago, there was leaf fall that started. People keep bunching up shed leaves and burning them. I have a brigade of 20 people all over the neighborhood who call in the police, get the fires extinguished, and put my life to risk. I've been physically beaten up by people on whom we create legal situations. So all told, uh, Indian humanity uh, largely, while will be spiritually evolved in these times, but not at all to my satisfaction. I probably want to be in a place where there are more responsible human beings. There's no explosion of population. There's more awareness, better air qualities. California is definitely better than Delhi.
Well, are you ready to go to Mars if Elon Musk has a new plan? Perhaps get into the waiting list and start the environmental journey there.
Uh, if Dicky is allowed to come along, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
As a responsible citizen, well, one question. I noticed that, like I already said, I have found in you an amazing learner. Initially, most of the people start their life with blaming others. And like you mentioned earlier, right? And then you were able to quickly grasp the empowerment concepts and, you were able to empower yourself. And then I noticed that the life circumstances, when you are in the toughest situation, rather than going down, you use them as, the best time to describe, and you open up your heart. And now you learn there also. And people like Nek Chand, who came into your life, and the tree planting ideas came from there, right? So you have always been a learner from a lot of people you have learned, and now you also have Sadhguru. So what are the things, if you can summarize your life, all the things you have learned over the years, and and bring it up, ending in spiritual learning, the ultimate stage of life, where you begin to feel oneness with all, with environment and with animals and all the beings. So would you summarize your learnings?
So with Nek Chand, what I learned was utter humility. I learned to live a life of zero waste, if possible. From my home, from my lifestyle, we are a zero waste campus of 8 acres, 25 people, the family plus support people put together.
What does that mean? What does that mean, zero waste? And can I do zero waste in my home?
Yes. We can work together, minimize or make the plastic ingress zero. The products that you consume, you decide what you buy based on the packaging in which one company versus another is providing you the same product, that kind of a thing. And then we do stuff like eco bricks, all the biomass stays inside and becomes soil energizer. We've used this expression from night soil to soil energizer. And so with Nek Chand, these tree planting, composting, rainwater harvesting, uh, uh, zero waste, turning a lot of waste into things of beauty, aesthetics, all this came into my life. And with Sadhguru, the spiritual side, understanding that you're not going to live forever and accepting it. You wouldn't believe it. The day of the death of my 2 children, I was all right. I just, something in me happened. I started to breathe soft and deep. And this, I don't have to do it consciously. Something Sadhguru's done on me in terms of the sadhana, the practices that I do. Whenever times are extremely tough, some self-defense mechanism takes over. I start breathing soft and slow. And that's something which is unexplainable. And it's happened to me. And so accepting death very easily. I mean, it's easier said than done for almost all people. But at least when I saw it, I just went through the paces. Day 3 of this tragedy, I was at the arbitration proceedings, and people out there were shocked to see me there. I was pretty all right. Incidentally, the the day of the death of the children, I had Sadhguru coming in for a satsang. 450 people were invited to my home with a dinner. Sadhguru offered to call off that plan. And I said, no, Sadhguru, I've learned from you that the business of life must go on. Imagine such humongous tragedy of this magnitude, and the dinner, the satsang, the whole spiritual program happened in my house. So these are the learnings from both these people who pretty much made me who I am today. And not to forget Dinesh Chandra, who brought me the serious lessons on collaborative working, empowerment, giving dignity to people who you work with. These are my three main sources of strength in my life. The direction pretty much came from them.